I believe we're living in the subscription economy, and it's just a tsunami. You won't buy everything. You'll subscribe to everything. Now, I'm not willing to go that far because I think ownership on some things is still kind of important to people. But I will say this, in 5 years' time, you'll have the option of subscribing to everything. And even if your business doesn't move to subscription, it's going to be confronted with it via your competitors. The big example that I hold up and talk a lot about on the show with Ed Kless, my co-host, is concierge medicine and direct primary care. When you subscribe to the firm rather than being engaged in a transactional relationship, you move from transactional to relational with subscription, and everything's about that relationship. And basically, that doctor is telling you whatever you need medically that we can do under our roof. And there's the scope. It's only things we can do. If you need an oncologist, if you need a cardiac surgeon, we're going to refer you out. And what I love about that is it just says, whatever you need, you're covered. Stop trying to look at the math of the moment and compare the lifetime value of that relationship. What you're doing there is creating an annuity. It's going to make your firm more valuable. It's going to command a higher sales price. And it's probably going to be more profitable. It's as scalable as you want, but it just gives that customer peace of mind, convenience, and a completely frictionless relationship.
This is super fascinating, Ron. I'm trying to get my head wrapped around this. I can feel inside my body some concepts of resistance, and I know that means that this is a powerful idea. And I want to ask you a couple of questions about this. Do you have some examples that you can point to say, here's someone who's on the edge, who's in the creative service professional space, or just the professional space that are moving to this, where you can cite specifically how they're doing? Because I'm so curious about this concept.
There are many examples, actually. There's a lot of law firms doing it. And just like we saw at the Value Pricing 1.0, it's being the innovation. But we had a CPA on from Summit CPA, Jody Grundon, and he moved to subscription. Now he provides part-time CFO services. So they'll do all your accounting and tax work and all of that. And I think when he converted to subscription, his revenue was $600,000 under, fixed pricing he used, I think. And then he started to do subscription and kind of moved up market. He specialized in marketing agencies, actually. And he has different packages, which you can see right on his website at Summit CPA. And he has a weekly payment schedule, which is interesting. Most subscriptions are monthly. He does weekly. And I believe now his firm is up over $7 million in the interim. So he's really scaled. And he says it's all due to subscription, because with the subscription, it puts the relationship at the center. And so I'll give you a couple of examples of this, of how this is different than a transaction. Today, if you go to Porsche Drive, you can subscribe and you will get, depending on the package that you pick, but I'm going to look at the top package, which I think is $3,500 a month. It'll give you access to, I think it's 6 or 8 models of Porsche. There's an SUV in there. There's, convertible, different cars, and you can swap out cars as much as you want. And they'll white glove out the new one and take away the old one. They pay for everything except gas and tolls. They pay insurance. They pay everything. If you need maintenance, they just come out, take it, and keep, white glove a loaner. And you can trade out as much as you want. So I can say, hey, I got guests coming this weekend. They want to go wine tasting. I need an SUV. I'll get an SUV and I'll take my convertible. And then Monday I call and say, I want my convertible back, and they'll bring it back. This is great. People say, well, how's it different than a lease or buying a Porsche? It's not tied to a car. You're subscribing to Porsche. You now have a one-to-one relationship with Porsche. They know everything about you. You buy a Porsche, they don't know anything about you. You subscribe to Porsche, and now they have all these analytics. They know where you drive. They know where you go. They know everything. They know what kind of music you like. They may know other things about you. That relationship is completely different than a transaction. Completely. Psychologically, it's completely different to subscribe to a business rather than buy something from them. The other one, and this might apply more to, this is a version of subscription I think some professional firms could use. There's an outfit called Hassle-Free Home Services. It's a franchise, and you subscribe to these guys. I think it's like $250 a month, and they come out and they handle your weekend to-do list. All the around your house that you do not want to do. Fix the broken light outside, change the, smoke detectors. They drain a half a cup of water from your hot water heater, which I didn't even know you needed to do. There's a whole list on their website of all the maintenance things that they do. Just all the piddly stuff that you just have to do on the weekend. And then if you want to, like say, remodel a kitchen or remodel a bathroom or build a deck, they'll do that too. And you'll probably get a preferred price, and they'll manage it and take care of the contractors and all of that. And of course, if you're subscribing to these people, who are you going to hire? They're in your house once a month doing all this. Who are you going to hire to do these bigger jobs? Each franchise, on average, earns 50% of their revenue from those one-off projects. And common services don't command uncommon prices. And that's what I love about the concierge service. If you tell a customer, hey, anything you need a logo, you're going to start a new business or whatever, you need a logo over there, you can still have options. You can still put some boundaries around it, just like the home service outfits do. But but just telling them, giving them that peace of mind that, hey, you're covered if you need this. And that way you don't have to go to the Department of Paperwork and fill out a change request when there's scope creep and have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. It's just, no, we're just going to do a series of serial transformations to continuously help you. Because the thing about a subscription is all about recurring value, recurring frictionless peace of mind value.